Reselling has taken over my life.
But enough about that. If you want to see how I turn this room from this into this, let's go back and start from the beginning. When I first moved into this house, I had this really big closet that was well made, but it just didn't fit my style. And every time I walked in, I felt like I just couldn't focus. Like a lot of us these days, I do use my room as more than just a living space. It's also where I work. It's also where I sleep. It's also where I cry in frustration. And I just realized that one day I couldn't take it anymore. So I decided I was going to change everything. I really loved all of these photos that I saw on Pinterest of this earthy cottagecore design. And I'm really happy with the way that everything turned out. So first up, I'm going to talk about the things that I have behind my door. And I have a lot of different bags. I use these mostly just for like fun, and they're mostly like black, of course, but I also have like my crossbody bags that I absolutely love, and I just like to show them off almost as if they're like a decoration. And this is another bag that I really love quite a bit, and I just love how the print and everything just sort of ties everything together. I like to put the things that I like on display so that they can be seen. I just really like the aesthetic, and maybe it's not all that practical, but that's okay. And I just think this is a really nice way to show that off. Also, here I have this rack. This actually was here when I moved here, so this isn't actually mine, but I decided that I wanted to put it in my room because I just like the idea of like grabbing something and being able to go. I just love flowers, and I love yellow, and I love sunflowers. It just gives me all the good happy feelings that I want to feel when I leave my house. So it's just a moment for me to like look at something and smile before I start my day. This, if you can see that, this is actually a fold-up table that I ended up mounting on the wall. It's not all that secure, so I would be careful, and thank God that there aren't actually like earthquakes here. And this is my workspace. It used to be a closet, and then I took the doors off. You can see down here actually where I removed it, but I just thought it would be really cool if I took the doors off and then I hung up curtains. They're actually vintage. The ruffle was so beautiful. And then I just tied this on it. It's just I think it's a paper butterfly, but I just like the idea of putting up a beautiful butterfly. I have another one that's actually over here that's in a different color. And it does have this really cool, beautiful lace at the bottom that I thought was really nice. Right now, I just have a rubber band that is holding this off to the side. I am planning on ordering something so I can like tie it over to like the wall area. Now, down here, I have this file cabinet. I bought it from a thrift store, definitely for less than $10, and I just like the idea of having a metal as opposed to having a fiberboard piece to put some of my things in. These are actually magnets that I picked up from Michael's, and they were on clearance, so I only paid like $2 for these. I thought it'd be really cool if I pressed some flowers in them, or maybe just pictures of the people that I love and I care about, and then it can just be like a nice little reminder maybe of a flower or something that I like. Just a little picture there I think would be really nice. Now over here I have some clothes. Most of these are things I'm planning on selling, but it does have a few things that I'm actually keeping for myself. I like the idea of adding the fabric inside just because it gives it a little bit more of a softer look. Over here I have this is a pillow that I actually got from the Goodwill bins. I've had this blue tourister makeup box for a really long time. I love the color and I've had it for years, so I love showing off the things that I find. These are albums that I thrifted. I really like the cover art and I'd like to switch out the album holders that I do have, so I just have these to the side and I'll probably put it up sometime around Christmas. This bag was actually my grandmother's. She gave it to me before she passed away, and I really love looking at it, and it makes me think of her every time I see it and puts a smile on my face. Over here is a lamp that I purchased several years ago. I tied a couple more of those butterflies on it, and I just thought it gave it that very cutesy, just homey feeling and ethereal and whimsical feeling that I love. These candle holders are vintage, and I found these when I was at the Habitat for Humanity in Williamsburg. I've had this vintage lantern for quite some time now, but I thought it was really cool. It does work. It just needs batteries, but it definitely works. And back there is a vintage American Tourister bag that I have. It is leather and it's this beautiful camel color, and I just kind of threw like some knickknacks and stuff in there, just random things. Those globes actually do light up and they're from the dollar store. But I have this, and it's a candle holder. I don't have any real intention on using it, but I do like the way that it looks, especially over here next to my Shakespeare picture. This is another vintage album that I found, and I just think it is just so gorgeous and darling. And I love the way that the colors all sort of like bounce off of each other. This chair was actually given to me, so I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely influenced, and I bought the pink bucket from Lowe's. I thought it would be super cool if I just used it as a trash can. And over here I actually found this at the bins, and it says Nuts Stitch here, so I just knew that I had to take this one with me. And over here I have this very, very old vintage cabinet that I thrifted also from the Habitat for Humanity Restore store. I love buying things that are well crafted and stand the test of time. I only paid $35. I love the fact that I can actually hang up things and put things at the top. I got this lamp for free. I have a candle that I put up here, and then I also have this. This was a piece that I picked up from the Goodwill bins. I paid, I think it was 99 cents a pound, so this probably cost me at most like $1 or something like that. And then I have the suitcase that I thrifted when I went to the bins. And I have a few of my books and journals that I have just up here. Over here I have my clothing my shoes are mostly in the bottom, and then I just have some that are like hanging off of the side and the front. Usually the ones that I wear the most are the ones that I put there, as well as like a few oversized bags that I have that I didn't want to hang up behind my door. And over here I just have these little containers inside of this box that I covered with contact paper from the dollar store. I really like the idea of putting buttons and little trinkets and stuff inside of these little containers. I purchased these velvet curtains several years ago. I really love the fact that they have this sort of like lavender color. Over here I have my reselling items. Eventually I do want to move some of this out of here. A lot of it does have shoes that I no longer plan to sell, and have some clothing items that I've already processed. This is actually a tablecloth that I thrifted. I really love this beautiful pattern and detailing that is here. The embroidery, I just fell in love with it. I had to soak it in OxyClean to get the stains out of it, and I'm so glad that I did because it looks so good. I thrifted these pillowcases here, the pink ones with the velvet, and I just love the fact that it goes so well with everything else. I bought these 2 different shades of blankets, so I actually have green and yellow sets. I purchased them from Target, and I believe that they are threshold sheets, and I really love the stripes. I like to mix and match the patterns sometimes just to give it a little bit of an extra sort of detail and something else that will draw the eye. This neck pillow I thrifted as well. It was over in the kids section, I believe, but I just thought it was super cute, and I like to add a little extra whimsy into my life by just throwing a random thing in there that you wouldn't think belongs there. And that's everything in my room and everything that I thrifted. I love how everything came together. I don't think that there's anything that I would actually want to change. Just a few things I probably do, maybe paint or something like that, but I'm really indecisive, so I'm not sure what color I want to pick yet. So if anybody has any ideas of a color or a color palette that I should check out, definitely you can send me your recommendations. I would love to check it out. At the current moment, I think I might actually do like a more muted color palette, but I want to keep it warm. So what are my plans for this channel? I am a avid thrifter. I go thrifting all the time, and that does mean that it bleeds into parts of my life even when I don't want it to. I convinced myself when I went thrifting week after week after week, time after time, that I was just saving these things in order for me to have enough of a backstock that I didn't have to go thrifting anymore. That was all well and good and fine until I had way too much stuff. And that's currently where I'm sitting at right now, is I just have way too many things, and it started to take over my living room. My plan is that I am going to do a 75 hard challenge, and that means that I'm going to be spending the next 2.5 months focusing on my reselling business and help me create those habits that I really need to be implementing into my life. Now that my room is no longer cluttered and reselling isn't taking over everything, I think this is the best move for me. I'm really moving into a phase in my life of self-improvement, and so for that reason, I thought this challenge would be perfect. I'm not going to document every single day. Fall is the best season, and I don't care who agrees with me. I love the fall, and so I will be incorporating a lot of fall aesthetics into my next video, but I think this is the best decision, and maybe you can do a 75 hard challenge for yourself, and we can circle back and talk about our experience. That's everything that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and checking out my room. I can't wait to film here, and I can't wait to see how this is going to evolve, but this is the room that I always dreamed of, and I'm so glad that I got to share it with you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.